All right, welcome to Sip and Say. I am True.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay. How was your day?
It was productive, very productive.
That's good. That's good. I had a, I had a pretty good day once I when I got home from work though. Oh my goodness, I locked myself out the house. I was about to have a complete and total meltdown, but I had to keep my cool so I can get back in here. I actually had to get some men to help a man to help me get in. He's working construction on the house, couple houses down from me. So I ran over there and I only had one shoe on. I was on the porch with one shoe. But anyway, it all worked out and I didn't have to have a meltdown. So I was happy for that and very, very thankful. Oh, Lord Jesus, because that could have been just horrible. All right, so we're talking today about something that I came across on the internet and I sent you. We're going to just jump right into it. I'm going to read what it says that I sent you, and then we can go from there. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
All right. So what I came across on the internet, it has to do with relationships and or sex. And it says, are we mature enough to accept that the people we meet and want to date are probably dating and having sex with other people? Ooh. So what do you think about that? I know you're not on the dating scene, but you've been there before. So what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Um, I think for the most part, it started uh, how it started. It all started how it was, how we're raised, and because at a certain age, I started to watch my mom, see how she moved and operate and all that stuff. Uh, I'm and I've been taught, indirectly to um, not share. No, I don't share because my mom, she's with my dad, and whatever happened that to they separated. It hurt her. Uh, and watching her, through her pain, I learned. I guess I learned from that to, hey, you date a person, you marry a person, and they do something to hurt you, it's unacceptable. So for me, sharing my partner, my man, my husband, no, I don't believe in that. I do not
All right, I get it. I
me
just think
sharing myself with others. I'm a one man's woman.
right. And I think that's the way that it should be if that's what works for that couple or those people that's involved. But here, I wasn't looking at it like that. I was just looking at it from the dating process. And to me, dating is a process of elimination. And that's a getting to know you type of thing, trying to see if it's the person you want to be in a relationship with. So, how I took it or how I understood it is you're out here dating and you meet someone that you like y'all vibe and y'all have a good vibe and everything. And then you're finding out, well, you're both on the dating scene. So he may be dating other women as well, or she may be dating other men. Are you mature enough to accept that? And like, you can multi date, it's a thing, right? And I think also, to me, dating doesn't necessarily mean sex. It's like we're trying to get to know each other, seeing if we vibe and if we want to go there. So um I just didn't look at it from the perspective that you're looking at it, even though I understand, like, yeah, if I'm in a relationship, I would like to be in a monogamous relationship, just he and I. But during dating, I understand that it is possible that you might vibe with someone who's vibing with somebody else. And then y'all may want to, hang out to see. which connection is stronger? Like, may the best person win. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that because that means I'm in, and I understand. Don't get me wrong, I understand what you're saying, but for me, I am the competition. I'm not in competition with nobody.
I feel
So
you.
for if you want to continue to date other people and try to date me, and this is where sex is involved, let me know. Give me that option to make the decision
For
without
sure. For
involving
sure.
me.
That's the dating process.
Yeah. And for me,
Transparency.
dating, and like you said, dating is a process of elimination, but after a while, I just got tired of taking on, candidates. So if it's it for me, I make it very clear when sex is not involved, we're just friends. No friends with benefits, no, none of that. It's either black or white, one or the other for me.
For sure. I mean, yeah, that's transparency. And being that dating is a process of elimination, that's where, like you said, like you're not gonna be going on with this for, forever. It's just gonna be a certain amount of time. Either we vibe or we don't, or we don't. Like we're gonna after a certain amount of time, I'm gonna say, look, we're not on the same page. You're not ready. You still want to be out here, so you go and be out here. And I'm going to move on to the next person and see if we can make this connection or, be on the same page and want the same things. Because I think in the end, that's the ultimate goal, is to want the same thing with whoever you are with. Uh, this one is it's just saying, are people mature enough to understand that during the dating process, you might vibe with somebody who's probably dating someone else, trying to see if they vibe or, and make the connection. And I'm not talking about a competition, because I ain't trying to compete either. Like, I'm me
Right.
all day, every day. Either you like it or you don't. I'm not going to be out here competing with Jane out here with busting out, peach out, all this and that. I'm gonna do me how I do me. You know what I mean? So no, I'm not gonna be in a competition like that.
Right.
And then if that's what you're looking for, that's what you like, that's what you want, then we ain't even gotta waste our time. You know what I mean?
Right. So what do you think about, I guess in certain places it would be called polygamy. In other places it would just be called either a hoe, or, for the man, or woman. Or you have those relationships and it's not called polygamy, but it's called sharing. What do you think about that?
I actually don't think dating is the same as polygamy. If that's a thing. That's what people do. Is you're transparent from the jump. I have a wife, or I have a girlfriend, or I'm in a relationship with whoever I'm in a relate. This is how it works. And it's that, to me, it's just about being transparent up front and everybody being on the same page that, this is what it is. And it's going to involve however many people that relationship involves. As far as sharing, it's funny because sometimes people are sharing and not even knowing it. So I guess it's that old saying, however you want to call it, what you don't know don't hurt you. And people can always say that, I'm not into this or I'm not into that. And you may not be into it, but you may be in it unknowingly. You know, it's happened and it happens. So, yeah, that's not a good thing. I just think as far as relationships goes, period, everybody should be transparent. If you want to be out here checking out whatever you're checking out, be upfront with your partner, and so they can decide if they want to be on this journey with you or hop off, you know? So what are your thoughts about the polygamy and sharing? Well, you kind of spoke on the sharing.
So polygamy, living in the living in the same house, um, sharing one one guy I think that there's a pecking order that comes along with that, because you have the first wife that's been there. All otherwise, second, third, and then the scheduling of time spent and uh, you know, in my bedroom waiting for my turn to come to be intimate with um, my
Yeah,
husband.
man.
Yes. So it's like I don't, and it has everything to do with sharing, and especially if kids are involved. I would think that, excuse me, I would think that it would confuse the kids thoroughly, but it may not confuse them, because if that's all they know, then they wouldn't see anything wrong with it. But sitting down, literally discussing with the other women in the house what my day will be, how much my time will be, and I just and I'm not saying anything is wrong with it at all. If that's how you choose to live, that's how you choose to live. But for me, I'm selfish, when it comes to that.
Yeah, I understand. But I also understand, well, I watched a show where they were talking about polyamorous relationships. And I know people think that everyone that's in a polyamorous relationship is just sexual, sexual, sexual. And intimacy, being intimate or having intimacy does not just involve sexual intercourse. You can be intimate on so many different levels, but a lot of people, that's all they think about when they think about these type of relationships is sex, sex, sex. I heard someone talk about it before, where they were saying, you may have a partner for those purposes, sexual purposes, or just to stimulate you in other ways that are non-sexual. And I believe that to be true too, because the saying, well, you're not going to get 100% of everything you desire maybe from one partner. But I just wanted to read this about polyam. It says polyamorous people have multiple loving, intentional, and intimate relationships at the same time. Polyamory is a type of open or non-monogamous relationship that follows certain guidelines. And I think those guidelines can be different for each group, for lack of a better word, relationship.
Goes along with their household,
Yeah.
what works for them.
Right. Polyamory specifically refers to people who have multiple relationships at the same time. So, yeah, I don't think I would be interested in it. But I was also talking to someone recently about just Black women being single, a lot of Black women being single and wanting to date Black men. And a Black man himself, was saying how the dating pool is smaller for us because we have a lot of Black men, especially in specific age groups, that are already married, gay, in jail, or has already crossed over to the other side. There's a lot of, there's a lot of things involved with there being so many single women. And I also talked to some women who are married and some single women who were saying that Black women should start looking, outside of our race, because we want to stay within our race to date, and the options are few. And a lot of people, or a lot of women, were saying that date outside your race and those men are going to treat you better anyway. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna stay away from it, because one, I don't agree with it, and two, that's a very, very um, it can be a triggering topic for some. But there are gay men all across the board. There are married men all across the board. There are, feminine men all across the board. Because now they're doing what, they're dressing like us, wearing the makeup, beat face, wig, lace front, all that stuff. So, but I just think that for me, I just think that a lot of that responsibility was most of the responsibility are on us women too, because we have to set standards for ourselves.
And that's
And
why we're single, for those of us
absolutely,
that's single, because we have standards.
right, right. We have to set standards for ourselves and, know what we'll tolerate, know what we won't tolerate. And if we're so willing to just, give everything away, uh, then there's no fun to it. There's no chase. You know what I mean?
Well,
Make it
there
work.
always, I think there's always going to be women who's just willing to give it away. And there's always going to be men out here willing to catch it. Or, they're going to accept that free giveaway. Um, so I just think that everybody have to be realistic with themselves. Like, no, I'm not saying settling for those with standards and who wants what they want, like myself. um, it's a lot. It's a lot. When I was married, and I feel like when you are married, it's like I got mine, so it's whatever. But it's hard out here after being married and knowing what the good can look like or what it did look like. For me, I didn't want anything less than that. And actually moving forward, I wanted better than what I had. So that even put the bar up higher. And another thing, when I was talking to this guy about relationships or whatever, we were having a discussion. When he mentioned that within my age group, a lot of these men, they're already married. You have the gay men, the men in jail, et cetera, that, and especially for us that wants to stay within our own race, you might have to share because of whatever the man or woman ratio is. And I don't know what all the statistics is for real on that, but what do you think about? Because I was talking about not just gay men who are gay don't want women at all, but you have bisexual men who are okay with a man or a woman. Would you ever, or have you ever been open to a relationship with a bisexual male?
And again, anyone's lifestyle that they choose, I have no problem with it
At all.
at all. For me, I have never considered a guy that's bisexual, gay, LGBTQ, HIV, BCDE, and all of that. I've never considered any of that because,
True.
and again, you have some, heterosexual men jump from woman to woman to woman that bring along all those,
Yeah.
those factors such as diseases and STDs, and some you can
Right.
get rid of, you can't get rid of, you treat them for the rest of your life, and some that'll take you up out of here. So no, I've never considered that. I've always been willing to. Now, if he was, I didn't know anything about it. I've always been willing to sit back and wait. And during that wait, I spent time with myself, getting to know myself. I went away from thinking I'm by myself to I'm with myself.
Oh,
Took
I've
myself.
been there. I've always been with myself.
Yeah, I've dated myself. Just to see, and I look around, and then in restaurants, movie theaters, I look around, see couples coming in the door, and how would I react in that situation? It's cute that they're hugged up and they're, just people watching is what I do. So I've never considered other than, because for me, that's me lowering my standards and settling.
Yeah, I've just never considered it because why? No, thank you. It goes back to competition where it's like you like men and women. I definitely don't have something to offer you that man got to offer you. So no, thank you.
Yeah,
Have you ever asked, like during your times of dating, asked a man if he was? Because I feel like it's a necessary thing. And
absolutely, absolutely. And again, it's a necessary question. I've learned to ask that, and not that even if they were, they would be probably not be willing to tell you
Be
straight
honest
out that they
about it.
were and they would lie to you. So even then I learned to look for certain signs. And if my gut didn't feel right with it, or I saw something or just the answer just didn't sound right, I didn't bother.
Yeah.
In conversation, but other than that, that's as far as it went. And I've always felt like because some of them would get all up in arms. Oh, no, I'm not that. Well, hold on, it's just a question.
Right. So why are you getting so all bent out of shape about
Yeah.
it? There's something there. Oh, that is
I
wild.
just and like certain people they have their types, they have their standards, and regardless of how long it may seem that um, you're waiting or looking for the one to come, just as long as you feel like your standards and your expectations are what they are, whether they're small, medium, or high, whatever they are, they're your standards, regardless of what anybody says.
Oh, for sure. I don't need no one's approval on what I want for my life, for myself and my life. So that's not even a thing. But while I was waiting on you to come on and I was looking at this question about being mature enough to accept the fact that the people we meet and want to date might be dating someone else, another question popped into my mind. Like single, what is single to you? Like, is it single just me with myself and I'm doing my thing like I'm doing currently? Or is it, okay, there is a saying that if you're not married, you're single, meaning even if you're in a relationship or a committed relationship, you're single until you're married. So do you buy into that one or the first one? Because some people will get heated if you tell them, if they're in a relationship and you say, well, technically you're single, you ain't married. Like it doesn't matter if you know.
So for me, when I was dating before I was married, any relationship that I was in, I didn't consider myself single. I considered myself committed. So, and I was committed to the person that I was with. If I felt, high enough about him, I was committed. But if it's just something, that a person is just doing, it's cool to just have fun too. But you definitely have to be careful and do
Sure.
it. Just have fun too, and you can be single. That's what I would consider single. I'll call you when I need to.
Next. See you next time. I thought that was an interesting topic. And then let me just see if I can pull it up really fast. Oh, this was something silly. It made me laugh when I saw it online tonight. It says, set your partner free to have sex with other people. You only learn a person when they're doing what they want to do. What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
Look, if I'm gonna set you free and let you go to do all that, then you go on, do your thing. Just don't come back this way.
I thought that was funny. Set them free like he can go on, your partner, him or her. They can go out here and just be free, but they always gonna come back home to you.
No, ma'am. That's when you let your cat out or your dog out. Or go out there and do their business and come on back in. Let your partner do all that.
You want a house dog because you don't want them bringing them fleas back. Oh, Lord. Some of the stuff you just come across online is just so funny. You have to laugh. Like they can't be serious.
Yes. Because it's not, for me, it's not just the physical part of it, it's the spiritual and the emotional part of it too. Because I mean, I don't know how true it is, but when you become intimate sexually with somebody, one, you're sharing bodily fluids. Two, you're sharing. It's an emotional and a spiritual experience when you come together. So I just don't, and especially in those bodily fluids, I don't know about sharing or sleeping with everybody that they've slept with, spiritually and mentally, but physically, those bodily fluids, you sharing all those everybody else, especially if they're not going to the doctor to take care of that itch.
You're not washing off. I don't know how I feel about all of it. Emotions getting involved. Yeah, after a while. I mean, if it's consistent and on a steady basis over a certain amount of time. Yeah, but if you're just out here having fun once in a while, doing your thing with somebody, I think it's possible to do it, have fun, send them on their merry way until you want to get with somebody again, be it that person or the next. And yeah, that's cool. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Like, what you say, spiritual? What do you mean? How does that look for you? The spiritual side of being intimate with someone.
Spiritually, it's the high intensity of being attracted to somebody, and you come together, and it's not just the skin to skin, the passion that comes along with it. There's a difference between making love and having sex. And when you're making love to somebody, it's just, oh my goodness, it's so intense and spiritual, at least. But when you're just having sex with somebody, you're performing the act, you may or may not anticipate it being over with. It's done, that's it. So that's what it is for me.
I mean, I think it all goes hand in hand. I just think it all goes hand in hand. I get it. You might want to just bang somebody out or let somebody bang you out and be done. Look, I'm not trying to be all politically correct, okay? I think there can be times when in the same session, you can do both. Like you can be in an act of making love and then you switch it over to the F word. You know what I mean? Having sex. So I don't know. I just kind of look at things differently. I mean, I get it, I guess. It's better or should be better with someone that you both have, that you're in love with, you love and all this and that, but it can be just as good with somebody you are, getting to know.
Anticipation, that whole scratching the itch, if you will. And yeah, so yeah, it's just having fun. But I've been on both sides of the coin. But I think I like the intimate, the spiritual, the passionate, side of it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if that's what you like, that's what you like. That's a preference,
Never been made love to.
What?
Other purple should told I feels like he just going to the toilet on me.
Oh Lord. Well, yeah.
Never been made love to, Miss Sheely.
Whenever anybody asks about a line from The Color Purple, nobody ever says that line. I've never heard it. I've never heard anybody repeat that line, but that's a good one. Oh my goodness.
All right, girl. So we're gonna have to get together next time and come. I do have a topic, but this one was very interesting. But to sum it all up for me, I've just never been in the headspace to share. And once I found out I was sharing, I cut the relationship.
I get it. And for me, just to sum it up, just this topic and how I read it, it wasn't about sharing necessarily. It's dating. And again, for me, dating is a process and doesn't necessarily mean sex or
Right.
that you're sharing. You're getting to know this person to see how you want to move with him or her. So that's just how I look at it. Well, I think this was, go
Oh,
ahead.
and one last thing. I guess for the most part, I was probably always sharing, but had to find out eventually. So, and again, I cut it off once I found out.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, knowingly or unknowingly, if you know about it and you're okay with it, then cool. If you don't know about it, that's messed up. Because I think that adults should just be honest, be transparent, so everybody know what's going on and be able to decide if this is something they want to deal with or not. Move away from. Yep. Well, I enjoyed this topic of discussion, and I look forward to the next one.
Got a good one coming up.
All right. I can't wait to hear about what it is.
All right.
All right. Thanks for watching Sip and Say. Um, see you next time.
All right. I'm Jay. See ya.
I'm True. Thank you for watching Sip and Say with True and Jay. I hope you enjoyed this topic. And if you have something to say about it, what are your thoughts on being mature enough to realize that the person that you want to date might be dating someone else? Are you with it or are you against it? Do you even understand what it's actually saying, what it's saying? Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment below. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Until next time, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching Sip and Say with True and Jay. We hope you enjoyed this topic. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, comment, and hit that notification bell for the next episode. Don't miss